Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. This is grade 3 social studies. Welcome to remote learning. I hope you all are fine and enjoying your vacation along with the learning. This is 7th week and today is the second lesson of this 7th week. Students, we are going to revise our chapter 16 and the lesson number 1, and after that we will start the discussion about the second lesson of this chapter. This is page number 58 and 59 of your reading book. Open your reading book, open page number 58 and 59. Let me revise few things for you. Our country is a developing country. Most of the people are living here in villages. It is thought that out of 100, almost 62 people are living in the villages and 32 are living in the cities and towns. So you can well imagine from this that the large number of people are living in the villages, and in villages the population count, and the cities as well, population count is done, that is called as census. Census is conducted to count the number of people who are living in any area, and this is done after every 10 years. This is done so that government may understand how many people are there in any area, how many of them are old, how many are young, and how many children are there in any area, so that they can plan the plannings of town accordingly. And the development projects of the cities and towns are planned according to the number of population which is living in those areas. So villages in Pakistan, they are having a simple life. They are much different from the life in a city. Some people live in villages and they are related with the profession of growing of crops, fruits and vegetables. I showed you these two pictures which are on page number 58. Tractor is going through the field and some people are working in the field, including the children as well. So the profession of most of the people within the villages is farming, that is growing of crops, fruits and vegetables. They also keep the domestic animals, and those who don't work or they don't have their own fields, or they don't work in the fields of any other person as well, they go and do the work in the nearby cities, and they work in the factories, etc. But if they are not related with the profession of growing crops, they can adopt some other professions like embroidery, like tool making, like cobblers. Then they can be house builders, carpenters, potters, and so many other simple professions are there which are adopted by the people who are living in the villages. Some people, they are also working in the smaller units, and some are working in the as a teacher in the schools which are within the villages. So professions are also adopted over there. So but the life is very simple. People spend the simple life. They do this work in the fields if they are related with agriculture and the profession. But if they don't adopt such profession of growing of crops, they can adopt any other simple professions. Life is simple. There is no hard and fast rule of living in the well way. So the life is much different than that of the cities. So let's start with our some homework for today. This is again related with the discussion that we have done before. Open page number 42 of your skill book. So take out your skill book, open page number 42, and don't forget to keep your stationery items with you, and don't forget to write down the date at the top of your page. So let's start with the fill in the blanks. The first one is the population of Pakistan is over dash million, that is 185 million. Number 2, life in village is simple and dash. It is simple and quiet. I have discussed it with you. Most of the villagers are dash, that are farmers. There are no libraries or dash in villages. Yes, there is simple life and they don't need to go to the museum or libraries within the villages. The number 5 is women of the villages make the things like baskets or carpets. Yes, since they are doing some simple handwork, so handicrafts like carpets, they can be made by the women of villages. Now next is the tick and cross, means you have to tick the correct statement and you have to cross the wrong one. So pick the tick next to the things and found in the villages and cross next to the things which are not found in the villages. Most schools and fields, yes, they are in villages, so we will place a tick over here. Libraries, museum and zoo, they are not in villages, we will put a cross here. Then handicrafts, ornaments, crops and greens, they are in villages, we will put a tick here. Women, men, women and children, yes, they all are living there in villages, this is tick. Tall buildings, big markets, shopping malls, they are not in villages, they are in small big cities or towns. So this is again a wrong statement. Next to the other page, this is page number 43. So here are a few questions for you. Number 1 is, why do more people live in countryside in Pakistan? So more people live in the countryside because they do farming. Next is, name the services the villagers do not have. I told you earlier the life is very simple. They don't need the things like shopping malls and libraries and museums or zoos. So hospitals, big hospitals, shopping malls, libraries, museums and zoos are not in the villages. Well, let's talk about the last question for today, that is, what are some of the crafts you might find in villages. If you have visited the village, you can even write them over here, and if you have seen some kind of handicrafts, you may also write them, but I will write baskets, ornaments, shawls and carpets. These are those handicrafts which are found in the villages and you can even see them there. So with this we will end our discussions for today, and do your work and submit it timely in the Google Classroom. We will see each other very soon. Don't forget to learn and do your work timely and try to revise what we have done before. Thank you very much. Allah Hafiz.